So when I'm speaking in English, and when I have to jump to Tibetan, sometimes I get myself a little bit confused. But some very lucky thing is that I don't have to speak in the third language. So really, one time really I was feeling like that. One time I have to speak in the Tibetan, then I have to speak in the English, then I have to speak in the Nepali. Yeah, so really very confusing. Anyway, so now back to the point. So the Vajrayana, so mainly as I told you, the consciousness. Now comes the consciousness. When the body in this hour, the meditation program. So that is the program that seeing that whether the cell have the consciousness or not. This is the very tricky point. But the cell have the consciousness or not. If you look from the very Buddhism perspective, both are possible. Cell can have the consciousness. Cell can't have the consciousness. This is a very tricky point. Because the tricky point is that, so that's why still we need more, the very analysis whether cell having the consciousness or not. Cell having, okay? I'm not saying that a cell is a consciousness, no. My question is that the cell have a consciousness or not. Are you getting my question? You're getting my question, you know? Very, very well, yeah. Because I want to, that's why that cell have the consciousness or not, this is a very tricky point. Cell having or not. Because from my own thinking that in the both is very possible. Cell can have the consciousness, cell might not have the consciousness. Both is very possible. You are getting my point, no? So that's why in the Vajrayana, the main practice, it teaches us how we can develop the very subtle consciousness. Subtle consciousness in the Vajrayana term, it's called the clear light consciousness. When this person can develop the clear light consciousness, with that clear light consciousness, if you realize or understand the emptiness, then you will achieve the realization so fast. So that's why I always tell the one thing that 1 hour before the Buddha achieving the enlightenment, he might be not aware, he might be not sure that he can achieve the enlightenment within the hour. So before the Buddha achieved the enlightenment, the day before, he might have no idea that he can achieve the enlightenment in the next day. Same thing. Today you might be not aware that you can achieve the enlightenment or realization after the day. Okay. That's a possible is there because if you know the right way. So that's why I always tell the people that one thing, if you look back in the history, it's a very important to see that Buddha gave the Buddhism and the Buddha teaching 2,500 years back. In the 2,500 years, millions of the people follow the Dharma. Millions of the people follows the Buddha's path. How many they have succeeded? Are you getting my point? 90%? No, only 10%. More than 90% failed. Am I right? It's an important thing is that here we have to understand why this 90% have failed, why they failed. That's the most important thing. Right now, if you look at the weight losing program, 90 people failed at joining the weight losing program. Only 1 or 2 people might get success. But these companies show that 1 or 2% who succeeded and sell you that the weight losing program. Am I right? They do that. I'm not here to do like that. I'm not want to show those the few person who succeeded. All the master, they used to give these examples who the great master who gave the enlightenment. Show this 1 or 2% and tell you, oh, you can achieve the enlightenment. I'm not that way. I'm just showing that the who failed, 90% who failed, and I want to show them and I want to tell you that why they failed. 90% failed mainly the two reasons. First thing is they don't understand what the Dharma is very rightly. They got the wrong Dharma. I can't say the wrong, but I will say that they didn't get the right Dharma. Second thing is that they didn't try to discover by themselves. That's the two biggest mistake. So that's why the 90% they got failed. So here that when you come to the understanding of the Vajrayana, it's very important to understand the right Vajrayana is very important. So right now, up till now, you have heard a lot about the introduction of the Buddhism. That's good. Now today I want to start a new thing, introduction of the Vajrayana. Because lots of the misunderstanding happen in the Vajrayana. Lots of people get confused in the Vajrayana. If you go and ask the people, what is the Vajrayana? They will just go and they recite with some prayers and they play some drums and like that. To play the drum, you don't have to practice the Vajrayana. You should go to some art school. They can teach much better. Much better. Art school. They will teach you much better way how to play the drums. But here, that is not a Vajrayana. Well, the Vajrayana is to learn the method how you can develop the clear light consciousness. You're getting my point, no? That is the most important, developing clear light consciousness. Through that clear light consciousness, number one. Then the second thing is a meditation. How you meditate with the deity. Okay? So these two are the very important points. So that's what. So maybe you all can understand the English, isn't it? So then I don't have to switch back. You want switch back to the Tibetan, right?